Hi, today is February 15th, 2023. I want to get a quick overview of what this amazing Healy device is and tell you about a special promotion that's only for the next week until the 21st. So if you're familiar at all with the Healy, you'll know that it's really incredible, but this is dealing with frequencies or energy medicine. This very small device is very portable. You can just kind of clip it onto your shirt or put it in your pocket, and you can run frequencies to help you with your holistic health. So just a quick overview of what that means. We're running a microcurrent in this case, where I have wires hooked to the Healy and to these electrodes on my wrist. So it's a very mild electrical current that does very specific frequencies running through the cells in the water in your body to affect your body and to affect even emotions, mental balance, all sorts of things, because everything is frequency and energy. You may know this quote from Nikola Tesla, where he said, if you want to know the secrets to the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And Albert Einstein, he said, future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. So for decades, people have known about this concept in quantum physics, for instance. And there's a Rife machine was made, 80 years ago, that would doing this very similar thing to this with an electrical current, very mild, but at very specific frequencies and seeing very specific results. So in the last several decades, though, they perfected this, and different therapists and quantum physicists have come together and found out which frequencies work with. So we have a bioenergetic field around our body, and the quantum physicists now call that the information field, because it's full of frequency information, because everything is frequency and energy and vibration. So this is how this works. The Healy device will read your bioenergetic field. It can actually scan for frequencies, and I'm going to show you that in a second, and see which frequency programs would be best for you to run. And then it can provide the frequencies you need. And even while it's providing it, it's doing it in real time. And it is adjusting the frequencies, because this has a sensor in it that can scan the field and see what you need the most. So we can either hook it up like I show right here with the wires, or there's a really cool newer accessory called the coil. This is basically 2 Tesla coils. You can see one of them there. And there's a second one that's in parallel, and it creates a 0-point field and scalar waves. If you're into the quantum physicists, that'll sound really cool and you'll understand that. But we can plug that in right where the wires went, and now you can do frequencies wirelessly. This is more impacting the bioenergetic field itself, where with the wires, you'd be impacting the body at the cellular level. So it's just 2 different forms of providing frequencies. We actually have a third form I'll show you in a second as well, but I'm going to plug in these wires again and just give you a quick demonstration of how I would run a program. So I am going to actually turn on the Healy itself and just clip it here to my shirt. And I'm going to share my phone screen, because we control the Healy from a smartphone or a tablet. It can be iOS or Android. So here I'm going to be just sharing my iPhone screen. And there you should be seeing that. And I'm going to just use this main Healy app and show you how I'd run a frequency program. So you see we have all these different program groups. There are anywhere from 2 to 12 programs in each of these categories. So you see Gold Cycle, pain and stimulation programs. By the way, the Healy is FDA cleared for pain. And learning, fitness, job and sleep, mental balance, beauty, skin, bioenergetic harmony, meridians, chakras, bioenergetic defense. You can see it goes on and on and on. Digital nutrition. Just give you examples, like here in bioenergetic harmony, you'll see there's programs for things like defense, shivers, like if you're getting a cold, with the mucous membranes, sensitivity, eyes, hormones, intestines. Now this nerve one was very interesting to me, because when I first got my Healy, I would do these scans like I'm going to show you in a minute. And the program that came up for me the most was this nerve harmony. And also on the next page, this one called sciatica nerve harmony. And that's 2 issues that I was having at the time. I had some numbness in my hand here, that I thought was a permanent neuropathy type of thing, but the Healy could sense that and say, you need to run this nerves program. And I was also having once or twice a week a flare up of sciatica on my left side, and it's pretty serious, to where I'd have to get down on the ground, do these funny stretches to try to relieve that pain. But here in the last 2.5 years since I've owned my Healy, that's virtually gone away. I've only had a few very minor flare-ups in over 2 years. So it's really cool how the Healy was able to not only sense the imbalance, but correct the imbalance. And I should make it clear here that we're not saying that the Healy cures or mitigates any diseases. We can't say that, of course, but the Healy does work at that subatomic level, at the energy level, with vibration and frequency, to give your body what it needs so that it can heal itself. Because we are designed, our bodies are designed to heal itself. We just got to give it what it needs. And besides the right food and the right water and those types of things, we really need frequency and energy is key. That's how everything is built. And we are bombarded all day long with negative frequencies and radio signals and 5G and 4G. And so adding the right frequencies and the right combinations is really important. Let me just give an example. If I were to run, let's say this nerves program that I was showing you here, just click it and it shows using the wrist electrodes like I have, or it does say here you could use the coil. I hit start. It's going to send the frequencies that are in this set over to the Healy. So right now there's a Bluetooth light blinking like crazy on my Healy, and it's sending those frequencies over here. So there's a set, basically these therapists that are working off of a device that is $20,000 to $40,000. They have developed these programs, and then we have access to them in the Healy. And it's a company called Time Waver that's kind of the parent company to Healy. So you can look that up if you want. But it's sending over the frequencies, and there's probably hundreds of frequencies that they've identified that could do different things as far as dealing with your nerves and getting everything back in harmony there. So you can see it's still transmitting, but it's almost done. When that finishes, you're going to see that it's going to start selecting frequencies for me, and it's going to be sending those frequencies through the wires, through my body as I'm part of the circuit here. So here we go. So it's starting with 540 hertz, and after 10 seconds, you're going to see that change to a new frequency. So of those hundreds of frequencies, it's choosing the ones that are best for me right now, 468 hertz, and you'll see that continue to change. And after a few minutes, it's going to actually have selected a set of frequencies that's just for me. So if you were to run the same program at the same time, you'd actually end up with a different set of frequencies than I would. That's how individualized this is for each person, which makes this light years above other technologies that you may have heard of, like an old Rife machine, for instance, that just selects a certain couple frequencies and just sends those without any regard to whether those are the ones you need. Healy is actually scanning to see the ones that I need right now. Now notice it says here frequency is generated but no measurable currents, because I have the intensity set so low. I want to bump that up. So I'm going to move that up. For me, generally at about 45%, I start to feel a little tingling in my hands or sense of energy there. Again, it's very mild current just coming from the rechargeable battery here. But here we are at 53 hertz, 674 hertz. You have this frequency wave showing that we've got a good current now. Now look what happens if I unplug this one though. It goes away, right? It says no, there's no measurable current flowing. So I've interrupted the circuit. As soon as I plug that back in, we've got frequency again passing through my body, through the cells in the water, and affecting me in a positive way. So that is how we'd run a program. Now let me show you another really cool aspect of Healy, and that is this Healy Advisor app. Now I can't possibly go into everything because I want to keep this pretty short for you as a quick overview, but I will show you that we have different modules here in the Healy. So let me turn on the Healy again so that it knows we're connecting. And we have resonance analysis, coaching analysis, aura analysis. If you're familiar with the concept of the chakras and aura, you can do that with the Healy. We're not going to talk about that today. I want to mainly show you more what we do on the physical, mental, emotional health side with resonance analysis. So I'm going to choose myself as the client, and notice it says, well, first it has to scan and find the Healy device here, and it'll bring it up by the serial number, and I'll just tap on that here in a second. And it's going to show that there's a focus. It says, with what do I have the greatest resonance now? So what that means, it's going to be scanning my bioenergetic field, comparing them to these different databases that I'm going to choose from, and we can see what we need. So there's different holistic type databases. And if you're into holistic health, or you're a therapist or a practitioner, you may have heard of things like Alaskan gem elixirs, Australian bush flowers, Bach flower remedies, homeopathics, so on. But I like to use the ones that have to do specifically with the Healy, where I could go over and run the programs with the electrodes or the coil. So what I love to do is just really quick this all Healy programs. This will tell me which ones of those Healy programs is most important for me. Now, it's not actually scanning my fingerprint there. It's just a point of focus for me to touch when I'm ready for the Healy to do the scan of my field. Notice it's coming up for me right now. The most resonant program for me is the fitness set. There's 7 or 8 programs in that fitness group. Here's Meridians 2. There's 10 programs in that group. Mental balance, I think there's about 8 in there. Gold cycle and job. Those are the top 5 programs for me, but number 1 is fitness. So I typically would go over here and go back to myself, go to the database and go to the Healy fitness programs. Here it is. There's 8 programs in fitness. Hit start analysis. It's now scanning my field and comparing my bioenergetic field to the 8 different programs. And it's showing me that number 1 is regeneration, which you normally would run like after you've worked out. You know, it's regenerating the muscles, muscle harmony, stamina, performance, circulation. So those are the 5 most important in that group. And this is my number 1 group. So I would typically throughout the day, maybe run, especially the ones that are above 50%, run these 3 programs throughout the day, either with these wires or with the coil. And, you know, I would go over to that other app and run it just like we showed. Now, this is the 3rd way we can do frequencies, though. We can take all 5 of these program groups, hit actions, vibrate, select a duration. I'll do a shorter duration, do 37 seconds just to save time here, and hit start. And what it's doing now is sending the frequencies into my bioenergetic field. And this is part that can actually even be done remotely. We won't get into that, but if you already understand the concept of being able to do energy work from a distance, this can be done with this type of frequency. And it's just, you see this blue wavy line means it's still reading my field. The reddish wavy line is it's sending information into my bioenergetic field, balancing the energy there, which does have an effect internally as well in the body. We do notice amazing results even with these types of frequencies. So that's the 3rd form of frequencies that we can do. So that's just a quick overview. Of course, there's obviously a lot more we can do with the Healy, way beyond what I have time to share with you now, but you can ask for more information, of course. All right, real quick, one other thing I want to show you is that we do have a device here called the Mag Healy. It's newer, just out for a few months from Healy, and it creates a magnetic field. It's just a different way of doing frequencies. It can even do them into the entire room, and there's 24 different atmosphere programs. It's 24 programs for doing with water. I can take my water bottle like this and just set it on top and run a 10-minute program that puts frequencies into the water that I'm going to drink. And it could be things for like nutrient transport or mental clarity. You know, there's all these different programs. Then there's also ones where you put it on specific parts of the body. And we work with a Dr. Carolyn McMakin, who's pretty famous in the area of frequencies. And she has come up with 24 programs just for the Mag Healy as well. So that's a really cool, another technology beyond the Healy that we can do. Most people start with the Healy, but that might be something you'd want to look at as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and share my computer screen and let you see this presentation where I explain about the Healy and how you would get one, and a special deal that we're doing right now for the next, just the next week. So the Healy editions and prices, there's 5 editions of the Healy at 5 price points. But what's really cool is the hardware is the same for every edition. You're just opening up more program groups or more app modules that you have access to. So you can actually start with a lower priced edition if you need to, and then upgrade to a higher one later. And you don't have to get a whole new Healy. You're just opening up more things that you can do with the Healy. When you do purchase the Healy, you get everything you need to use it, but you also get a 2-week money-back guarantee from the day you receive it in the mail. So you have a full 2 weeks. You can play with it, use it, try it. If for some reason you decide it's not what you were hoping, you can return it and get all your money back. Very rare that someone does return it because the Healy is really such a cool device. It can do so much. The Healy program groups, I showed you these in my Healy. There's just tons of them that are possible that you could have, and all these different app modules. But depending on what edition you have will determine if you have a few of these or a lot of these. There's a few of these things that are just only purchased separately or added on to an edition. But we have these 5 editions here. These are the normal prices, but there's some specials going on, especially this huge deal that I can tell you about for this week. But Healy Gold would just have 11 programs. That's normally about $500. As you go up in price, you'll notice that Healy Holistic has 63 of the microcurrent programs in all of these categories now. We've added these 5 categories that each have 10 or 12 programs a piece in them. When you go to Healy Resonance, this is now where you have that resonance module where I was doing the scans, where I could see that I needed the fitness module and the regeneration program, for instance. So this is where I really like people to try to start at $1,515, but the ones from Resonance and higher are on sale. I'll show you that in just a second. When you go up to Resonance Plus, now you're up to 124 microcurrent programs, but now we've added some more modules, the aura analysis, the success coaching modules. And when we go up to Professional, now we have even 229 different programs and 6 app modules, digital nutrition, bioenergetic vitalization. It's just so much. It's just a lot to it, but just reach out if you want to know more. We actually have PDF files where you can get a definition of every single one of these programs, of all 229 programs that are in here. We can read what each one does if you like. Okay, so this is the promotion that they announced for the month of February, where you can get 40% off a Resonance Edition or higher, so Resonance, Resonance Plus, or Professional. But just for this week, starting today through the 21st, they've announced 60% off on just the Healy Professional Edition. So here you can see the pricing with the discount. So notice that the Resonance now is only $909, and it's actually cheaper than the Holistic Edition. So don't buy a Holistic. You can, for less money, $100 less, you can get a Resonance Edition and have that very important Resonance module. Resonance Plus is now about $1,500, but for just $100 more than that, you can go all the way to the Professional. I highly recommend getting the Professional here, 60% off, only February 15th through the 21st. So please act quickly. And if you know others that would want this deal, please share this information, share this video. Let us talk to them and help them answer their questions as well, like we'd like to do with you. The Heli Coil is a separate purchase. It is highly recommended, though. I really would encourage you to get this. When you run the Healy with the wires, when you run the Healy with the wires, Healy recommends only doing about 3 programs a day and putting several hours of rest in between. But with the coil, you can run these back to back to back all day long, and it makes it much more convenient, and you can do more frequency work in a day. You can also become a Healy World member. If you just want to be a customer, that's perfectly fine. But if you know others that would like a Healy, you can earn commissions for referring others. You can even earn extra commissions and a free Healy device in our Fast Start promotion. I believe this is the next great network marketing company. It's going to become a multi-billion-dollar company worldwide. We're already in over 50 countries, and you can build a team all over the world, even as of now. 11 different ways to earn. Here's a quick idea that just shows the different pricing with the discounts right now for the Healys. And this is the Mag Healy that I spoke about. It's almost $3,000. It's a little more high-end device doing the magnetic field, but it is worth it. Some people will choose just to start off with a Healy. But some people get both. They get a Healy Professional and a Mag Healy because they want to do this as a business and be able to promote both or use both in their practice if they're already a practitioner. So do consider that, but I would at the very least go for a Healy. And if you can afford the Healy Professional, that's the way to start. And we do have financing, by the way, right at our checkout screen. You can choose an option to work with Klarna, a third-party company that does financing right from within our checkout window. This just gives you an idea of how you can earn commissions, and there's a range that you can earn based on what you get done. Extra money that you earn during that Fast Start promotion, free Healy device that you can earn, and you can earn mentoring and coaching bonuses, dual bonuses, rank advancement bonus, leader pools. There's just so many ways to earn with our compensation plan that it does compensate you well. For me, it's become now my full-time income and paying me 2 to 2.5 times what I was earning at my job that I quit a couple of years ago to pursue this amazing business. There's also different promotions they run sometimes. Right now, you can earn an extra $180 for the whole quarter for every 2 referrals that you make that buy a Resonance or higher. And every 3, you earn a free Healy device, another device that you can use for whatever you like. Just it's nice having multiple devices in your family, or to have one to loan to someone, or you could just sell it outright to somebody. We also have a really nice $3,000 rank advancement bonus if you reach the rank of director or above for the first time. And that is doable. Even in your first month, it would be work, but it is doable. And if not this month, you do it in March, right? So that's a really, really cool promotion. Lastly, I just want to share about our frequency workshop. That's the name of my downline organization. We have a great, amazing support because we have so many diverse people that are extremely knowledgeable about all sorts of different things dealing with frequency and energy and vibration. It's one of the fastest growing teams in Healy, and we have amazing support. We have a private Facebook group. You can ask all the questions you want in there, private email list, Telegram feed. We're building a website. We have a boards app with special tools. We have recorded trainings and live Zoom trainings on product use, business building, live and in-person events, a lot of one-on-one support. We are really wanting to help people not only learn how to use the Healy effectively, but how to share it with others and build a business. So it's free. The Healy Frequency Workshop is a free thing. It's just all you do is you purchase a Healy from someone that's in the Frequency Workshop, and you are part of our team, and you can have access to all these extra special support systems. So I hope you will join us, whether you just want to be a customer with us and use the Healy and love it, or build a team and build a business with us. We would love to be working with you. Please reach out to myself or whoever shared this video with you, and we can help you get started right away.